Hello, everybody. Welcome to Transformative, the talk show. I'm your hostess, Alyssa Gunn, and with me today are my co-hosts.
Tara Campbell.
Hi, I'm Jamie Black.
Hi, I'm TAMYRA McINTOSH.
And unfortunately, our final co-host, Gia Richardson, was unable to be here for today's taping due to personal reasons, but we wish her the best, and we know she's here in spirit. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and start us off on our first topic, which has something to do with this pandemic that's pretty much affecting everyone. And my question to all of you is, do you guys think we are opening up too soon? Is it too soon to have these places and these establishments opening back up with the current state of events?
I think there are some places that opened too soon because they saw a rise in cases when they opened up. You know,
Yes.
The ones that were really defiant about staying closed. When they opened up, now they have a much bigger number of people with COVID. So I'm like, well, I mean.
It's a very sticky situation because I feel like I saw a meme recently where it said something along the lines of, it's pretty much, you're hearing back and forth. It's like, you can't open, but you can open with these guidelines. And it's like banks,
Exactly.
nail salons, hair salons, and, restaurants can open. However, the currency exchange, the laundromat, and, your local grocery store can open. So I feel like that's causing the biggest issue, that they're trying to make regulations and rules, but it seems like nobody's following these regulations and rules. I myself know that there are certain businesses in my neighborhood that are small operated, like mom and pop shops, that they kind of never really closed. They limited their amount of intake with customers. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's probably because they're more under the radar, being that they're, family owned. It's a lot easier for them to just open up and do their thing. Me personally, I was definitely taking the social distancing a lot more seriously at the beginning of this. Like, literally for about 2 months, the only people I came into contact with was people at the grocery store. Like, I would only go out to the grocery store or for essential things. So I didn't see anybody for 2 months. I think it changed recently when I just noticed people that I know that weren't taking the restrictions as seriously, doing very reckless things, and they weren't getting any type of, none of them caught the virus. So that doesn't mean that I'm going to start going reckless, but I feel like I can be a little bit more lenient now. Like, I have been going around more people, still within the guidelines. But what about you, Tara? What do you think?
I think pretty much, I think counties that should use their data as far as their death rates and everything, as far as who should open. And I think that's the smart way to open. They should be speaking to health officials, to experts in epidemiology. Like, those are the people they need to be talking to decide on who to open. I think that we're going to have to, get to some place of normal, or whatever our new normal is, soon. So we're going to have to experiment on something, but I think it should be the kind of businesses where we can limit the amount of people that enter on those businesses. So
now, you just said something which I really like. You said the new normal, which is something that I am it's taking me some time to get adjusted to, because I don't want this to be the new normal. And it brings up this question, because I feel like they're comparing this to the Spanish flu and other epidemics that we've had in the past. And
HIV.
I don't think we've ever. What we did was we learned to live with these epidemics. We didn't eradicate them in any way, shape, or form. People still die from the flu. People still get the Spanish flu and all these things. So is it a matter of waiting for there to be a cure or a vaccine, or is it a matter of what's the word I'm looking for? Becoming used to what's the Darwin theory when you
I don't know.
When you there's a word I'm looking for. It starts with an E. The point is, we're going to adjust. We're going to become used. We're going to adapt.
Evolution?
We're going to evolve
Evolve.
to this virus.
I think this will be our new normality. This will be. I mean, but if you really think about it and take it back, way back, the human body don't produce viruses. That's number one. So I
Right.
think this whole thing is embellished. Yes, I do think we need to implement rules if we're going to be out at the grocery store. If you're going to leave the grocery stores open, you might as well open up all the stores and implement rules. It's no
Yeah.
different. If you can get sick in a I mean, I know it's close proximity at dinner, but if it's the same difference, it is a public atmosphere. People
Yeah.
are there. You have a mask. I think it's the same difference. But if you really want to know my personal opinion about this, I think this whole coronavirus, I think this is a bunch of, excuse me, producers, but I think this is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just ironic
Okay.
how.
Here's a good question. Did you guys notice that apparently every election there's some sort of like crazy breakout? There was the Zika virus
Yeah,
years ago during an election, and then there was
Ebola.
swine flu, and now there's this. So people are also skepticizing that maybe it's something, you know, that the Trump administration or his opposers are putting out there to try to, you know, rattle the cage, which is another
It's a
topic.
No, they're not trying to rattle the cage. They're
It's
trying
a
to.
difference, though. It's a big difference between, you know, political parties using the media, you know, as a tool to amplify, you know, drama behind, you know, a pandemic versus a pandemic being non-existent. So that's the thing
Correct.
is,
Correct.
I mean, COVID-19 is existent, but the thing is, yes, the media does create like a game with the news where it creates hysteria, and then political parties attach, you know, certain processes and protocols, or this is the Democrats trying to overthrow the GOP. So I think that they use it, you know, as a political tool. But I think like in 1910, when the Spanish flu was happening, it was nobody trying to worry about the Democrats or Republicans. They were trying to save lives, you know, because if
Correct.
you didn't wear your mask in 1920,
Amen.
you got arrested. It wasn't anybody trying to, like, you know, use it as a political scapegoat. It was people. It was people. If you didn't wear your mask when the Spanish flu was around, you got locked up.
For sure. You know, I'm actually glad you brought that up in regards to politics, because that is actually what brings us to our next subject, which is Biden's quote. And Biden was quoted to say, "If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black."
Yeah.
So here's my thing. I think that is, I get what he was trying to do. I think it sounds racist, period, point blank. I feel like he's, first off, the fact that he said ain't in that sentence makes me feel like he's trying to, like, he's trying too hard. I don't think it was, I'm not even a political person. I don't follow politics very well. I am Latin, but I'm not a dark-skinned person, and I was a little offended at that statement just because I feel like there's so, like, I feel like he's trying to win over the black vote with something that simple, which is kind of condescending.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
let me
ahead,
just,
Jamie.
because since we're doing this and we're putting all this out in the public, and we're you know, can be the face of some reasonable thought processes. I just want to make one point about COVID. COVID is not specific to the United States. It is global. It is all over the entire world.
For sure.
So there clearly is no democratic hoax of any kind, or you know, Democrats trying to do anything. I get that people will attach politics to this, but I just want anybody who's out there thinking, you know, that, oh yeah, we are so, here in the United States, we're so selfish. We think we're the only country in the world. This is a global pandemic. This is not just in the United States. All over the world, people are dying. So I just wanted to say that the last topic.
Well, but now that we have you here, what do you think about Biden's quote? Tell me.
Yes, so that was I was just getting ready to go into Biden's quote. I think what he said is fine. I think he's not the person to say it. I think a black person should say that, not a white person.
That's my thing. Yeah,
I'm not mad at what he said because what he said is true. So seriously, I mean, if you're for Trump, there's something wrong with you. You can't really be black. I mean, you can't really be black. And
you know what?
Well, the thing is, the statement would not have seemed tone deaf, like you said, Jamie, if it came from a person of color. And the thing is, I have the right to tell allies how to address me. I have the right to tell them, you do not have to switch to any when you address me because I'm of color, because you're perceiving that I use Ebonics, you're perceiving
that's what I'm saying. That's how it came out to me. So I can imagine
the way he framed it. He said, you ain't black.
That's exactly how I pictured the statement.
He didn't say that. To me, it does not seem like you're a person that supports African-American people if you can vote for a president that does not stand behind you. So the thing is, you have to watch how you word things. You know, if you're not a person that represents.
It's not what you say, it's how you say
it. It's how you say things.
And you know what?
Or should you say it? He should never say anything like that.
Well, the thing is, the statement was valid, but the statement was tone deaf because he's Caucasian.
Yeah.
You know what?
Exactly.
I don't think, me personally, I don't think it was a big deal whether he's white or black. I just feel that way. I feel like with what our country have endured with this Trump, I think anything that's said and it's along the lines of racism, oh my God, you shouldn't have said that. I feel like this. He had a valid point. If you are black, whether he's white, orange, or green, if you are black, your lazy black ass should be in that poll voting for him. It don't make a difference if he use ain't, if he think you're using a ghetto vernacular. It doesn't make a difference what he thinks you're using. Get your black ass down there and vote for him. That's what he's talking about. And I think we've become so sensitive because of this whole Trump thing, because of what's going on. Anybody who make the wrong suggestion or words, we get really sensitive. But what we really need to do is focus on the paramount of our concerns. Get this orange ass motherfucker up out of here.
We didn't say we not vote for him, though. I'm telling you that I have the right to tell people that are not black how to talk to me. I have the right to tell
you do.
The black community.
But that's not the right now, that's not the paramount of our concerns.
You know, it's still a valid point to make, because if you let people
it is,
they're going to keep using that as a license to disrespect people. No, you cannot address me any way you want to just because you need my vote. I know we need Trump out of office, but the thing is, you still need to respect how you address me. You still need to have
I don't want to be politically correct like that right now. Yes, we do. Come on, let's get on in here.
Just about
that's how I feel. Come on.
Well, Tamyra, I hate to spring it on you, but our next topic is also political. So get ready for it.
Oh God.
And that is, I want to know what you guys think about the Trump administration. Do you guys feel that there has been any, even minute, positive, any positive has come from the Trump administration for us as a nation?
No.
I do. This is the only thing that I think has come. It has brought to light the amount of segregation and racism that is still prevalent in this nation. It has been brushed under the rug for long enough. And I feel like because we've become a president, we have been able to really identify who are racist people and who aren't. Because even among my friends, I have been amazed at the amount of ignorance that people spew now just because this guy. I feel like it's stuff that they have always felt and always wanted to say, but never had the courage or the place to say it because there was nobody in office. Now that he's in office, these people feel like, oh, I can be a racist prick and it's okay because so is our president.
Right.
The only thing that I think comes to light, and it's positive.
I think that it has something has come out of this. That one, and the point you've made, Ali, just to piggyback off what you said with something else, the trans community, how he has tried to really just take us out of existence, take away our health care, you know, jobs and where we have to live, and not trans women, trans people, period. Trans men, trans women, why he's so hell bent on taking us out of existence. And I think that that shook us up a bit, and we need to take our healthcare serious. You know, we need to take our jobs serious, our family serious, just take us serious, how we exist on this in this world and in this country. Because you know, if you have the wrong person as a leader of this country, we could be doomed. You know, I mean, and you're right. He has been put in a position to where he can have people like, oh, well, she's transgender, fire her. You know, and then for me, that's scary because, you know, I'm
It's
not.
horrible.
That's scary for me because I work a 9 to 5 job, and I don't know. I'm not you know, shaming no pun intended to no girl, but I haven't had the experience to, you know, grind on the streets like some of us girls showed us
Yeah,
that we stand
for
on
sure.
that they had to do. I never
Yeah,
had to do that, so that just, it's a little scary, you know.
it's extremely scary for me. I think the nation
Absolutely.
has regressed so much in regards to segregation. Like, it's crazy to me that people, like, we're literally living in a time, an age and day where people fear leaving their house just because of something as simple as their sexuality or their color of skin, which is really, really sad. What about you, Tara? What do you think?
Ali, I think the thing is, can we do just a quick, I think if you want to really have, you know, do a synopsis of Trump's administration, you could do a quick breakdown, you know, to just paint the picture. So you
Yeah,
have Ben
paint the
Carson.
picture for me, sis.
Ben Carson, who's a neurologist, he made him the manager of the housing authority, someone who came from a medical background. So that shows right there, you know, he makes poor decisions. To have someone to run a federal school system, he picks Betsy DeVos, who comes from private school system. So who do you think she's going to go to bat for when she makes laws and when she advocates? Every single pick that he's made in his administration has not been for the people. It's been for it's been for personal gain. It has not been for the people. And that's the thing is, Trump's administration is not compiled of people who are committed to serve. They're not people, you know, who have a desire to be public servants. And that's the issue with his administration. They are not people who care about the everyday person. If me or you show up to Trump Tower, baby, he will cart us away. He will want us to be carted away.
This is true. No,